Back at it again. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah, and all praises to Yahusha, Yahuwah, the creator of heavens and earth, and Yahusha, the one that lived for us, died to his flesh for us, then died on the stake for us to have the Ruach HaKodesh. Now, for those that don't know, let's quicken the Ruach HaKodesh. Remember, you have to breathe. Brings you into the remembrance of all other Ruach. Anyhow, this Haloe369 back at you again with another one. And yes, it has been a minute for those that are my subscribers. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope all is well. And I hope you've been reading your word and applying some of that understanding to Yahuwah and his emotions and feelings, and also Yahusha, and not downplaying his sacrifice by making it look like it was easy, because I know it wasn't easy. He even quoted, he said, Yahuwah, if I don't have to drink from this cup, if there is any other way, please allow this cup to pass from me. But in spite of love for himself, which most people want to go to, in spite of the love for himself, the love of the Father was more in him than for himself. Which is why I say, avoid that self-love trap, y'all. Anyhow, I digress. If you're new to the channel, pull up, pull up, pull up. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Let's have this conversation. We're going to have a conversation. And hopefully it edifies you and it's fruitful for you and for me as well, because I enjoy having these talks with y'all. I do. I enjoy talking about the Most High because he puts a lot on my mind and he helps me to navigate the Ruach HaKodesh because I allow it to lead me. I don't proclaim no control over none of my situation ever. Yahweh is the one that's doing everything for me. I'm just following his will. Not my will. Not at all. I gave my free will up. So, with me giving up my free will, I have to allow the Ruach to lead me, not the other way around. And let's begin. Now, this conversation is about focus and concentration and the mistakes that we make when we use these terms, because we make big mistakes when we use these terms, because 9 times out of 10 when people speak of focus, they're really meaning concentration. And then when people say clarity, that means to get in focus or concentrated clarity. It's It's like when we use these terms or misuse these terms, I ain't gonna hold you. Our field be off when we use these terms, y'all, because they actually have meanings. These terms have meanings and definitions, and when you misuse the term, because contrary to popular belief, everybody's always focused. I don't care how fast you're moving, you're always focused. Everybody. You're always doing this. Your focus moves like this. Focus is like a moving water faucet. Okay? So, a moving water faucet, it has water coming out, but let's say that the water is moving at a drip and you try to fill up 20 cups at the bottom of the sink, and your focus is doing this. And let's say you try to fill all 20 of those cups up at the bottom of the sink with just a drip of water. And let's say that the faucet is just moving back and forth. That's what focus is. Focus is the faucet. It's moving back and forth. Uh, so you're always focused. Everybody's always focused. Depending on how long you linger, that's concentrated focus, which concentration is different than focus. Okay? So when you're concentrated, it means it's steady in one spot and it's conserving, and the energy is conserving in one area. So let's say that you only fill up one cup and it's steady at that spot. And then a lot of times our concentration doesn't stream the way that it's supposed to. So when you stream concentration, it sometimes it's at a drip, and then sometimes it's at a stream. You want to turn your concentration up to a steady stream. Okay? Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. Stream. Stream, so then that way the concentration can build. And when you build your concentration and then release, which is concentration on the Most High, your emotions, your feelings, all those things, they contribute to your concentration, your subconscious, your subconscious programming that goes towards your concentration. And you know, when I read the word of the Most High, I mean, he gives us examples of why we should be in his presence at all times. And most people don't understand that when you have emotional awareness and presence in the Most High Yahuwah, when you have emotional awareness and presence, uh, it builds its energy, and once it builds its energy, like through the concentration, because remember, focus and concentration are not to be confused. Do not confuse focus for concentration. Focus is only clarity. Concentration is a build of energy. It's like when you have a concentrated product. When they say concentrated, what does that mean? That means it's more potent, stronger. It's like when you have concentrated cleansing products. concentrated. That means it cleans better, you know. And I'm not saying that I've never made the mistake. I have made the mistake of saying focus where concentration should be and concentration where focus should be. But the stream part is your consistency. Stream is consistency. So when I say stream, that's consistency. Stream. When you stream, your concentration is consistent. It's, you're creating a river. You stream a river to the end of that river. Let's say that you're filling up a lake or maybe even a vast ocean. It just depends on what you want the stream of energy to do while it's being concentrated in one direction. Consistency, streaming in one direction. Periodically, take in the Ruach HaKodesh. Breathe it in, and then slowly breathe it out. And be in the presence of the Most High Yahuwah. Now, when you're in the presence of the Most High Yahuwah, you exalt His concentration. If He asks you to do something, even if it's small, big or small, which is this right here, everything is small to the Most High Yahuwah because all Yahuwah has is time. He has time. Now, his patience is wearing thin with a lot of us. I can't say that much. And it's not well, maybe it is to scare you or to give you fear of the Most High, Yahuwah, creator of heavens and earth. Because in Proverbs, it tells us to have wisdom is to fear the Most High, Yahuwah. Fear Him. Fear. Stop downplaying Him. Stop downplaying Him like He got all the patience in the world for you. He don't. He don't. I promise He don't. And I've been sitting here watching like a lot of the stuff that happens on the internet and just world news altogether. And I noticed that a lot of people, they have this thing where they want to, you know, it's good to be aware of the lack of humility out here, or the lack of obedience out here, or the lack of self-control out here. But you can only control how you respond to it. You can only control that. And I'm not telling you to go out and protest. No, going out to protest is not going to do you any good. It's not going to do none of us any good. Our protest should be concentrating emotionally on the Most High. That's my protest. My protest is allowing the Most High will and way to take over my responses. That's my protest. If I find myself doing this daily now, which is, I have learned to just retract and observe, retract my energy, concentrate on the Most High, and just observe my surroundings, my situation, and how I want to participate. I could participate in a negative way or I could participate in a positive way, which is, all glory to the Most High, Yahuwah. If I glorify the Most High, Yahuwah, through my participation, more better for Him. And He exalts me through, my obedience. Like my obedience to His ways, my obedience to the way that He would like me to concern myself with the things that go on outside of me. And then, I find myself, sometimes I enter into situations that I do have to retract from because of the simple fact that I don't want to deal, I don't want to deal with things that take me off the path of righteousness or deal with the things that take me off the path of serving the Most High. So I instantly, if I'm in a situation, I retract maybe my responses and my energy, and I concentrate on servitude. I concentrate on servitude. And the reason I concentrate on servitude is because when I release that energy into concentration, it glorifies Yahuwah. And in return, Yahuwah exalts my behavior. And I've been noticing this throughout my time. And as I said before, as He takes you out of your situation, whatever your situation may be, because He's guiding me out of my situation and into a transformation, into a different situation. It's a transformation. And not all transformations are comfortable. It's like when a baby is teething. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. When a baby's teething and the teeth break through the gums, it hurts. You can do stuff to medicate it or numb it so that it don't hurt as bad, but it's still gonna hurt. All transformation. And then all transformation is for your benefit, because all your transformation is doing is retracting your energy, retracting and conserving your energy towards healing, towards the Most High, towards the Ruach HaKodesh, towards, the ways of Yahusha. And this is if you consider yourself a follower of the Most High. I don't even consider myself as chosen. I rid myself of that title. I'm a follower of Yahuwah. I'm a follower of the Ruach HaKodesh. I am a follower of Yahusha. I exalt them. Only they can tell me if I'm chosen. I myself cannot claim that title. And the reason being is because it's His will be done. Your will be done, not my own will. In my will, I would love to be a chosen individual. But not everybody's meant to be chosen. Through His grace and His mercy, I may end up, being chosen. But I allow the Ruach and Yahuwah to say whether I'm chosen. I allow y'all to tell me what you see. I claim none of these things for myself. Like I said, I'm a sinner just like everybody else. I've sinned. I've strayed away. I've been misled. You know, I've done all types of things. I've been tempted. I done fell into temptation. I done been dragged out of temptation. It's just all types of things. So for me to just sit here and claim to be chosen, oh, because I'm different or because I might be set apart in ways, being set apart 9 times out of 10, you're only chosen if you're set apart and righteous. Not all of my thoughts are righteous all the time. I am still a person growing in the Most High, taking in His Ruach, exalting the Ruach and exalting His ways. Who am I to claim to be chosen? I'm not. I'm nobody to claim myself to be chosen. I allow the Ruach and I allow y'all, I allow the Most High to claim whether I'm chosen or not. And if it aligns with His will and His word, then I could say, okay, He considers me chosen. Or y'all might feel like my message is righteous enough for you to consider me as chosen. However, I know myself have no claim in that at all. I'm no prophet, not none of that. I might have the gift to prophesy. I do have a gift to prophesy, just like all of you have a gift to prophesy. But what are you prophesying? Because most people don't understand that you prophesy every day. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. So if you're out here and you prophesy wickedness, then you're prophesying death. It doesn't. Not all prophesying is good prophecy. So, like a lot of times, you make that mistake. People make that mistake of considering prophesying as, you know, like, people consider prophesying as it's all good all the time. And it's according to the will of the Most High, right? Like, because people probably, Satan, Hasatan, prophesy curses amongst the people. And people might fall victim to these curses that he prophesied. So, when people, just claim to be chosen or even tell you whether you chosen or not. I don't tell you whether you're chosen or not. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know that. I don't know. Just because you follow me doesn't mean that you're chosen. Now, if you take what I say and apply it to your life, accept no glory for yourself, but only the glory of the Most High YAHUAH. YAHUAH can create you to be chosen, but you have to pray for that. It has to be in your prayer. You know how you pray? It says when you pray, use the Ruach. That's the prayer. feeling, mind, concentration, presence, discernment, exalt, exalt. I'll say this again, exalt. There is no selfishness in the chosen. Not at all. Most people, you know, they could they consider themselves chosen when they retract all their energy and decide that oh, I'm a love myself. Love yourself. Are you going to get you into heaven? Not without exalting the behavior of Yahusha. You're not going to get into heaven, or nor the new earth. If that like you won't get into new earth, and you will not get into heaven exalting yourself, or self exaltation, or self idol worship. Which is why I say stop celebrating birthdays, stop celebrating these holidays. They're a trap. They are a trap for you, your finances, your family, broken traditions. That stuff ain't like it's, and it changes your character over time. All it does is feed entitlement. It feeds your entitlement. Though you may be unaware, you might be unaware, and it can be innocent. Like I said, I used to be a celebration king. I used to celebrate birthdays. I used to holidays, Valentine's Day, all that stuff. I used to do all that stuff, y'all. I ain't perfect. I had to quit doing that stuff. You know how hard it is to be hated for not celebrating that stuff, or to be questioned every time you don't celebrate. That stuff is harsh. It's it's harsh. It's harsh. And then like when somebody wants to deal with you, they'll be like, "Well, you can't get everybody to change in your time. I have to change in my time." Well, I cannot associate with you. I cannot associate with unrighteous behavior. And then if I take ownership of you, which is whoever my friends are, I take ownership of them. You're mine. Yes, you like when you hang out with people, they are yours. Like you have to take ownership of them. Take responsibility for them. Whether it be your friends, your loved ones, your the woman you choose, or the man you allowed to choose you, like all these things you're supposed to take responsibility and ownership of. Which is why I say if you enter into any relationship, you're not your own. You're not. Don't enter into a relationship being selfish. Don't do it, because if you consider yourself uh if you consider yourself a friend to whoever, yeah, you're taking responsibility for the individual that you in. I don't care if you say that they're grown, they can make their own decision. No, no, that's not a true friend. True friends don't allow their friends to make their own decisions if it goes against righteousness, or just even if it goes against, like, if I can't talk you out of something stupid, I'm not your friend. I'm gonna tell you like that. If I cannot talk you out of doing dumb stuff, I'm not your friend. If I cannot get you to be obedient to just the rules of society, I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend if I allow you to run amok and do whatever you feel like is necessary. Like if you, let's say somebody did something to you, right? And you want to go and get revenge because somebody did something to you. And I'm aware of it, and I say to you, hey, here you go, man. Let me give you all this so you can, like, to help your process along. Am I your friend? It, for me to help you throw your life away, is that friendship? That's friendship to y'all? Just because I'm backing you up and you're wrong, that's friendship? Uh, no, it's not. I'm not your friend if I allow you to do dumb shit. I'm not. If I don't take responsibility for you and say, hey, nah, nigga, what we about to do is we about to leave it to the Most High. Look, man, I'm going to console you. I'm going to care for you. And I am going to do my best to empathize. I'll empathize. I'll sympathize. And I'll comfort you. But by no means am I going to allow you to throw your life away because you decided. Because you decided. Not the Most High. Now, it might be in the will of the Most High for a person to get what's coming to them. But you don't want to be a victim of your own, of your own malice or vengefulness or wrath. You don't want to be a victim of that. Me, as a friend, I'm supposed to pull you out, take responsibility for you when you're not being responsible for yourself. Excuse me. But if I see you're not being responsible for yourself and you're about to make a dumb decision, I ain't about nigga, the Most High don't let me make dumb decisions. The Most High gonna pull me out of it, especially if I'm His. Anytime that the Most High takes responsibility for me, because I gave my free will up to the Most High, so He takes responsibility for me. If you consider yourself my friend, that means you gave your free will up to me, and I take responsibility for your behavior as a good friend or a good Samaritan towards you. If I have a wife, if she be mine, I took responsibility for her. Like I'm supposed to take responsibility for her behavior. And then I ain't supposed to listen to somebody saying I'm wrong. I can do what I want to do with this, and no, you're not. Matter of fact, I'm gonna smack your hand down and tell you sit down, sit down. Let's have a conversation real fast. Let's have a conversation. And then if you reject that conversation or you want to run off, now I ain't supposed to stop you. I'm supposed to let you go ahead and go. However, depending on the decision you make, is whether I continue to stay in your life or not. If your decision goes against the Most High or goes against righteousness, I can no longer partake with hanging out with you in particular. whoever it may be at the time. So if a person just decides that, hey, I don't want nobody taking responsibility for me. I can take care of myself and I can do this myself and da 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 da. Nigga, nah. Alright, I got you. And I'm gonna pull back. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm not even gonna fight with you. I'm going to let the Most High deal with you at that point because there's no saving you at that point. All I can do is remove myself from your process, whatever that process may be. However, I'm supposed to still show you forgiveness and love so I can forgive you at a distance. It doesn't mean I'm going to continue to hang out with you or hang around you because you have made it obvious that I can't talk you out of nothing. If I can't talk you into or out of, you're not mine. You're not, definitely not the Most High's. Especially if I serve the Most High. If I serve the Most High, then you serve the Most High. And if Yahushua considers me his, and if he serves the Most High, then I have to serve the Most High. And he took responsibility for me, so I'm supposed to take responsibility for my brother. That's how it's supposed to go. I don't get why people people are so bent on, I'm an adult. No, you're not. You're childish. You childish. You're not an adult. Adults, adults got to take responsibility for themselves, of course. However, there comes at a price being an adult. The Most High Creator of heavens and earth, that's the only adult. Everybody else is children, childish, no self-restraint, selfish, children, selfish. And don't get me wrong, I was a part of that. Selfish child. Selfish child want to do things my way. No, I'm an adult. No, I can do this myself. No, like people have to talk me out of being an adult. Be a communitarian if you're gonna be anything. Be a part of a community. Be the community of the righteous. Be in the community of the elect. Be in a community of, the Most High Yahuwah and all of his behaviors. Be a community of the fruits of the Ruach HaKodesh, holy breath, fruits of the Ruach HaKodesh. Remember, periodically breathe. And exalt the Most High, Yahuwah, exalt him. That's your leader. All this other stuff, be aware. Yeah, be aware of what's going on out here. But take responsibility for your brethren. I don't care if they are grown. If they're grown and you consider them your brethren, talk them out of doing wickedness. And if you can't talk them out of doing wickedness, knowing that it goes against righteousness, then that's not your brethren. Those that would have you do something to jeopardize your well-being and their own well-being, that's not your brethren. Satan has gotten a hold of them or Hasatan, Ruach Hasatan. And I ain't going into the word. It's a down to earth conversation about concentration, focus, consistency, uh, and just various of friendships, relationships, retracting your energy, you know, just a long, down to earth conversation of serving the Most High and His behavior and how to navigate around like what you observe too. Like, don't. That's why I said, man, y'all need to stop putting emotional energy into all this stuff. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. Put emotional energy into the Most High, YAHUAH. And then, and the things that you want to see for the kingdom, the things that you want to see, for your families, righteousness, loving, being righteous. That's what you want to see. That's the trick to life. If you don't see it, you won't see it. If you do see it, you'll see it. I'm going to say this again. If you don't see it, you won't see it. If you do see it, you'll see it. That's the trick to life. If you see incorrection and put emotional energy into that, that's all you're gonna ever see is incorrection, or this is incorrect, or this is, things that cause you anxiety or constriction. If that's all you see, then that's all you're gonna see. Unfortunately. But, I digress. You could do with my message whatever you feel like you want to do. Never claim for yourselves a title, chosen, or prophet, or like, I'm not none of those things. I am a servant of the Most High, YAHUAH, creator of heavens and earth. I rid myself of these grandiose titles, self-proclaimed God, or Elohim, or any of those things. No, I am just I want to become like in my head, I'm a master servant. A master servant. That's it. Master of servitude. That's what I will be out here. A master of servitude. I don't care for your chosen title or any of those kind of titles. Mm-mm. And you shouldn't care either. You should only exalt the Most High and allow Him to give you those titles. It's better for your well-being. It's much better for your well-being. Anyhow, if you made it this far, I love you. And hit that thumbs up if you made it this far. I appreciate every last one of y'all for listening. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, hit this like button. Get me into the algorithm. And also, I'm always going to have more for you. But these are just things that I observe, So right now I'm only speaking on what I'm observing out here. That's it. I'm not about to, you know, like when I get established in something else, like you'll see the change. I promise you that. However, I digress. It's all love. You know, hit them comments if you disagree with anything that I have to say. I'm not like, I'm not afraid of criticism at all. I'm not afraid of criticism. You can tell me whether you think I'm crazy, whether you think I'm loopy, whether you think that it's bad, good content. You could just say what's up in the comments. Just hit that comment section. Hit the comment section. And, you know, it's all love, y'all. It's all love. And remember, if you can't take responsibility for who's around you, they're not your brethren. They're not your friend. If they want to holler, I'm grown, let them be grown by themselves. I'm a grown ass man or I'm a grown ass woman. All right, and let them be. Because if I was to say that to the Most High, which I know I'm a child of the Most High, so if I was to say I'm grown and all that stuff and I got responsibility, no, you take responsibility for your brethren. That's adulthood. All the other BS that people want to holler is grown. That's not grown. It's childish. Childish. Anyhow, it's on you. It's definitely on you to discern for yourselves what's righteous. Read that word. Read it in your word, because it's in the word. All of everything that I talk about aligns with the word. It aligns, but you gotta see it. You gotta see it for yourself. All right. It's all love, y'all. It's all love. I'll be back with another video.